Mostly what went wrong is that their marketing spending was way up, and there were other cost pressures coming from transports, which we've been talking about for quite a long time, actually. Year over year, transport costs are up a lot. In wine, they had grape cost pressure because that's still a third of their sales coming out of wine. So all in all, I think the cost of growth is going up, and that has to do with fragmentation of demand and consumers wanting to try lots of different things. It's just costing more and more to support these big brands.
Is the marketing spend something that endures, or was it seasonal? Was it mostly related to the Corona ads that I see? What?
Right. So year over year, they increased beer marketing 100 basis points as a percent of beer sales. So that was very significant. They had guided to doing that, and they plan to do that again in the second quarter. We just had their first quarter going into the second. And then they say that they can drop it off substantially in the back half. I think the challenge is to see what happens to sales in the back half if they're not spending at this increasing level, up as a percent of sales year over year. That's going to be the challenge, but they are the best beer company in America right now, no question about it.
In your most recent note, Caroline, you had indicated that one of your sources said that there could be a 2 to 3% price hike on beer coming. Is that a wise thing to do given the sort of flat sales?
Well, it's interesting because today they made a very strong point of saying they're only looking to do 1 to 2 points of pricing. They did have 2.4% price mix in the quarter, but some of that was one-time excise relief. And I agree with the question in the sense that, no, this would not be the best time to take pricing. The problem is there is this input cost pressure in addition to them having to spend more on marketing. So that's the balance that they have to maintain.
Where's that coming from, the input pressure?
So there's aluminum, there's transport, which is not exactly input, but it's a cost of doing business. And they've actually had some negative foreign exchange headwinds from the peso because they make everything in Mexico. That's going to reverse in the back half, which is very helpful. But net, there definitely is input cost pressure. And again, in wine as well, in grapes, it's the first time we've heard them talk about higher grape costs in a long time.
You said they're the best beer company in America. I want you to elaborate on that because there's another one that I've heard of. But also, what is their hottest product right now?
Their hottest product actually is Corona Familiar, which is a more authentic version of Corona, I guess. It's flying off the shelves because of some new packaging. Their Corona Premier launch, which is a low-carb beer, is doing extremely well. And then Corona Extra, the basic Corona business, very strong, and the basic Modelo business, very strong. I say they're the best company because they are by far growing the fastest, up 10% in sales and still guiding to that sort of growth for the full year.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.